Hey guys, Scott4 here, back with another video, and today's video is Premier League score predictions game week 33. So today, I'm going to be giving you all of my score predictions for this week's midweek games. Because they're playing every single week, midweek and weekend, to get all of these games in. Actually, it's Premier League score predictions game week 30. It's Premier League score predictions game week 32, 34. So I hope you all tune in and do enjoy this video. Right, so let me get into the video and tell you all the score predictions. Right, the first game is Watford versus Norwich. Watford versus Norwich City, yeah. Watford and Norwich have not picked up a win since the restart. And Watford look like a team where relegation's looming. Well, honestly, I think Norwich are definitely down now. I think they're definitely down. Honestly, I don't think Norwich are Premier League ready, really. They've got a lot of good players in that team, but they haven't been playing in the Premier League before. That's the only trouble. They can't pick up enough wins, really. On the other hand, Watford cannot pick up a win at the moment. They're not playing very well. They're not playing well enough. Before the restart, Nigel Pearson had looked to have got Watford sorted out. So for this game, I'm gonna think this game. I think it can be like the same old story. It can be like the same old story where, like I said, I think it can be the same old story where Norwich can't score a goal again, and I think Watford might just about nick it. I'm gonna say Watford 1, Norwich 0. Right, let's move on to the next prediction then. Right, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. This is a game that people should tune into. This might be a good one. Sort of London rivalry. It's not a derby, but it's sort of a London rivalry. Chelsea West London, Palace South East London. Wow, Palace have lost the last 3 games, and Chelsea, which I'll just have a look now, been in quite good form actually. Premier League, let's have a quick look. Chelsea won 3. Chelsea have picked up 1 defeat since the restart, and that came against their bitter rivals West Ham United, where they lost 3-2 in that 5-goal thriller. So, and he won 3-0 against Watford last game. Last game I watched where Chelsea won 3-0. They were excellent from start to finish. They looked like a team that were about to probably go and win the title. Honestly, they can still finish in 3rd place, so it's still possible. Playing some nice stuff at the moment. And the defence has been sort of been alright since the restart. So here I'm gonna say a 2-1 win to Chelsea. I think Chelsea just got more quality than Palace to get the win, because Palace have had a bit decent season. So I'm gonna say Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 2. Right, on to the next one, which is Arsenal versus Leicester City. Well, Arsenal are in good form. They beat Wolves last 2-0, and they got 3 clean sheets in the last 3 games. Yeah, so they got 3 clean sheets in the last 3 games, which is a good sign. And recently they just beat one of the teams in 100%. So they've recently Wolves are one of the top teams in the Premier League again this season. They had 100% starting to restart, but Arsenal are just rubbish. But hopefully my team can bounce back on Wednesday. Right, on with the Arsenal-Leicester prediction. Honestly, Arsenal picked up 3 clean sheets in the last 3 games, which is a positive It's a positive sign, and he picked up 3 wins in the last 3. And Leicester, they finally got their first win since the restart. Especially after Leicester got into that mini lockdown as well, where I didn't know Leicester's games would be called off or moved or not, which I'm quite shocked about, really. So I'm going to say here, 2-1 win here to Arsenal. They're in great form, but I think it'll be quite a close contest. So Arsenal 2, Leicester 1. Right, the next game is West Ham United versus Burnley. Well, this game, West Ham haven't lost a game in the last 2. They picked up 4 points in the last 2 games. Well, honestly, I missed the Newcastle United West Ham game yesterday. I regret not watching it now because I was out. I went out to my nan's, I did. So I went out to my nan's and granddad. So I couldn't really watch the game. I was planning on watching it, but I wasn't too sure how that game would plan out because West Ham aren't the best of teams at the moment. So for this game, Burnley, they got a good point that against Sheffield United. Well, Burnley haven't done too bad since the restart. They have picked up a win, so I'm going to say a 2-0 win here to West Ham. I think they got more than enough to stay up now. I think they've got it. But for a club of their size, they should be doing a lot better. They should not be fighting in a relegation zone. They should be competing for Europe, really. Europa League, yeah? So, really, one player to watch out for in that game is Thomas Soucek. Well, 2 goals in his last 2 games, and if 1 goal wouldn't have been ruled out against Chelsea, that would have been 3 goals in 2 games. And funny enough, they were both goals that came in the box. Like I said, I think West Ham have got this game 2-0 to West Ham. Right, the next game is Manchester City versus Newcastle United. Oh, this is a tasty one because both of the clubs have got Saudi Arabian owners. Well, Newcastle have just recently had Saudi Arabian owners and they're like new ones. Well, this game, Manchester City apparently had so many chances on goal against Southampton, and Southampton's Alex McCarthy had to make a number of stops, but Man City just couldn't find that opening goal, which summed up their evening, really. So this game, I'm gonna say a 2-2 draw here. Is because 2-2 draw here is just because that Newcastle is scoring quite a few goals at the moment. I think they got 9 goals in the last 3 games. I think so. Anyway, so that is a lot of goals. I think 4 against Bournemouth, 2 against West Ham, and 3 against Sheffield United. So I think it's gonna be a thriller, this one game. I might think of watching this one. Like I said, 2-2 because Newcastle are in good form. Man City is alright. Right, the next game is another one to watch out for, which I'm watching because I'm obviously a Wolves fan. Sheffield United versus Wolves. Wow, honestly, I think we're up for another thriller here. Well, Sheffield United are not a team that are known for their goals, really, but you can't fault their season, really. And you can't fault our season once again. So here, 2 teams that are trying to qualify for Europe. Wolves trying to do it again. Sheffield United trying to do it for the first time. Can't remember the last time they ever did it. Sheffield United only really came to me as a team until they came in the Championship, really. It's amazing being in League One, then Championship playoffs, then Championship automatic promotion, then 7th going the 8th, 7th and 9th in the Premier League in your first season. It's just an incredible story from Sheffield United. So I'm going to say a 2-2 draw here. I was tempted to say 1-1 because they're not known for their goals, Sheffield United. Well, we need to score a bit more, but I'm going to say a 2-2 draw here. I think this might be the game for both teams because it's at Bramall Lane and Sheffield United have got a good home record here. And we've got a good away record as well. So 2-2 then. Right, the next game is Brighton and Hove Albion versus Liverpool. Well, we all know Liverpool won the title now and they beat Villa yesterday, but it wasn't their best of performances though. Well, honestly, if Villa well, that's not a bad result for Villa, to be honest. But I think the only reason why that Liverpool aren't playing as well because they know they've won it and they haven't got anything else to do. So for this game here, Brighton are doing quite well. And recently just beat Norwich 1-0, but they're still great form for a team in a relegation battle. Honestly, Brighton do not deserve to go down this season. If they do, I think it might be cruel on them. But I think they're well safe now. Southampton and Newcastle are definitely safe. I think West Ham are safe as well. I think I think Norwich are down. I think the main three teams that are trying to get out the relegation zone are Watford, Villa and Bournemouth. But I think Bournemouth are gone, so it's down to really Watford and Villa now, really. So for this game, I'm going to say 2-1 to Liverpool. Don't think they'll play particularly well again. Brighton will have a big threat to them, but I'm just going to say 2-1 to Liverpool. Don't think there will be that much in this game, to be honest. I don't think it'll be very special, really. Right, the next game is Bournemouth versus Spurs. Wow. When Bournemouth were 1-0 up, I thought they were going to cause an upset at Old Trafford, but in the end it was only for short-lived. Well, fair play to Bournemouth getting 2 goals against them. Fair play to them. I think really that Bournemouth are quite a small club, and it's amazing what they've done over the years. If it wasn't for Eddie Howe, they would have probably been liquidated about 10 years ago. So, they've got 3 automatic promotions: League 2 up to League 1, Championship, now in Premier League. Well, for the last couple of seasons, they have really been a mid-table team, really, with all fairness. I think it might be Bournemouth last time in the Premier League for about a few more years now. But there might be a new Bournemouth coming to town shortly. Brentford. I think they're onto something special like Bournemouth. Brentford were in League 2. We're in League 1, League 2, and since they've been in the Championship, they've been a mid-table team competing for the playoffs. I think they just missed out on 1 spot last year. So Brentford are a good team in my opinion. When they lost Neil Maupay, I thought they were going to struggle, but they have a new player there called Ollie Watkins. Brentford are that sort of team in my opinion where they are really even though they don't have their best players, they can still play really well. So for this game here, back to the Bournemouth to Spurs game, that I'm going to say 2-0 to Spurs here. With all fairness, Spurs aren't playing particularly well. I think Bournemouth might be going down now. I think they might. Honestly, I think Spurs might get 2 lucky chances maybe. Might get a free kick, a set piece or a penalty maybe. I don't think it'll be a very special game, this. Right, next game is Everton versus Southampton. Or two teams that can cause a good game. 2 teams here that can really set up a really good match, really. Southampton are playing quite well. So are Everton, really. So I'm going to say a 1-1 draw here. I think both teams will play really well. Be quite an even game. Might be a pretty good game. I'm just going to say 1-1 here. Right. Moving on. Anyway, did anybody see that that 40-yard chip from Say Adams yesterday? He finally got his first goal in the Premier League. Honestly, I think he needs a loan spell away from the club. That might do him good. He might come back even better. But fair play to him getting his... Well, what... Is he saying that he can't score against Norwich, but he can score against Man City? Right. The next game now is the final game that I'm predicting is Aston Villa versus Manchester United. Well, I think Villa are just getting dominated in a lot of matches now. I think they're just too tired out. I think Grealish ain't doing his best at the moment, really. I think he pretty knows Villa are going to go down. He's going to go to a bigger club, probably. Well, he might stay, but I just think he's too good for the Championship. to hear Man United's side, they're racking up a lot of goals at the moment. They look unstoppable on the attack. Every time they go forward, they look like scoring. So here, I'm going to say a 3-0 win to Manchester United here. Well, I know that Liverpool only lost, well, Villa only lost 2-0 to Liverpool, but I think Liverpool just know they've won it and they haven't got anything to play for because they know they've won the title and they're out of the Champions League now. So yeah, 3-0 to Man United. Right, we're at the end of the video now. So if you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe. And do share the channel with other people. If you do, and keep watching all of my other videos. The first one I did up till now, that'll be absolutely amazing. Also, if any of you use Facebook, I'm running a new page on there called Scott Hone Football Content, where I'm going to be creating some bars and stuff on Tiermaker on the internet, which I think you should all like. I think you all know. I think if you follow the football pages on Instagram and stuff, you should all know what it's like by now and how they do it. Until then, guys, goodbye.